Leo, I'm hearing, is there authenticity in the wish that I would like to have? Are my wishes really true? And will they come true? Are they real and will they come true? So, this is for the collective Leo reading. Welcome to the Arcana Veil. Let's have a look and see what the Oracle has to say. All questions that have been wondered and thought upon over time has reached this area for me to look into. This means that all things that are sought out over the reality within the consciousness travels in a timeless manner. Readings are timeless here. We have the invitation. To what are you invited? We have the ring. And we have the first house. So this is for someone in the collective who is ready to make a stand, to make a choice, ready to set up this new path. You're invited to connect, to put the ring on, to accept the contract, to set the goal in place, because this relates to the self, for your own self growth, the focus, and going forward into where you're needing to go. The first house in your chart. This is for the greater Leo collective. I almost said collection. But wherever Leo is placed in your chart may actually be of information for you. What is it that Leo needs to look into as an invitation? We got a lot of cards coming out here. We have the Ten of Wands to actually put some work in. We have Death, Ring, Contract to end. That's interesting. We have Strength over the first house here. We have the Page of Coins. And we have the Hierophant. Leo, because of your fiery nature, because of the need to impress upon the frequency that you require to know where you're going and to want to know if this path is actually going to be the right one for you, you are invited to work towards breaking away old contracts so that you are able to initiate new ones. Strength in your first house through initiating a path forward, the Hierophant, with your actions. In other words, you're being shown here that your inner frequency of wanting to put something in place has to be met with a clearer space. In other words, if you wish to have something to eat, as an example, your plate has to be empty before you can receive more food on that plate. In the same way, if you wish to have wishes come true, if you wish to have intentions materialize for you, you would need to break a few or end a few contracts and of belief systems in your life path that may have hindered you from accepting the next part of your journey. And right now you are definitely clearing out, Ten of Wands, a lot of old belief systems that seem to have been holding you in place for some time. I could see that you have been struggling to pull away from that. I can see that some of you have been trying to get rid of certain ways of thinking. Perhaps you felt you were connected to something that had a lot of control over your consciousness. Could be people, or it could be beliefs of yourself, fears. And I'm seeing that you're breaking those fears of those contracts. You're ending them. Death is immediate here. There's no sort of dragging out of anything else afterwards. You're actually disconnecting that belief of that chain, of that ring that controlled your path forward, your destiny perhaps. Though destiny is really set in the present, so there's no sort of distance ahead. Within the nature of your heart here, you are being shown that you are strong at heart. You are fully able to embrace going forward, and you know that it's going to take small incremental movements towards the goal, while you're being guided by the Hierophant here as your higher self in this reading. There's nothing new under the sun that you don't already know about. So your path is very much set in motion by yourself. Let's have a look and see if there's anything in the subconscious. I'm seeing the moon underneath the Ten of Wands. Something was harder than it appeared to be. That's kind of obvious. Maybe you started a course. King of Pentacles underneath the Death and the Ring. You're definitely cutting out certain people as well. Maybe you're stopping some work with some company. We have the Six of Swords here underneath the Strength card, in support of strength. With strength at your side, you will steer towards where you need to go. The Page of Coins here. The World. Okay. Alright, so we know that whatever you thought that you were going to do, it was not a pushover as you thought it was, but it was harder than it appeared to be, but you still were able and still are able to carry it forward. It seems to look like you're very close in actually moving away from the hardest part of all of that work that you had accomplished, that you have done. The World here, the needing to give and do things that may have been at the cost of yourself. The World, it comes to an end, comes to the cycle in itself, as showing that you have completed that now. You've completed that cycle of needing to give of yourself, perhaps too much. Perhaps you gave more than 50% of yourself. Judgment over the Hierophant here. What do you feel? How do you are you judging yourself, or is a judgment over you for making different decisions in your path? I'm almost feeling as if I'm being called, wanting to be called away from the reading, like I shouldn't be reading, because it's almost as if it's like too revealing. So in the same way, I want to say that whatever you're doing, it might be too revealing, or too revealing to those around you that feel challenged by your actions. There are people that are onlookers or hanger-oners that if you move a certain way, it really throws the web of judgment all over the place. I mean, they literally just fall over the place. You're changing up that frequency there. What I'm also seeing is that you're coming into that alignment of needing to put Page of Swords action towards your journey. You're focusing more on yourself now. You're not focused on everybody else's issues with regards to themselves. The Lovers here under the Ring and the Death card and the King of Pentacles. Come breaking that choice, ending that choice. Lovers is also essentially about choices, okay? So you are coming to that point where you're ending that frequency We have the Nine of Pentacles over the Strength and the Six of Swords. You really are changing from inside out. It's really throwing a loop out for most people. We have the Nine of Wands right over the world. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Definitely carving out a different way of existence. There's a few energies that I'm picking up here. There's some of you that might actually end a relationship with someone or with a business, but it feels very much business-like. So you're ending that bond that you had with that business that you perhaps loved a lot, loved so much. And within the heart of the nature, Nine of Pentacles saying, nine as in the ending or the completion of having to have had to be the one that had the most impact in that particular space. You're kind of pulling yourself away. Maybe some of you are retiring, because that's what it looks like. Because it looks like you kind of are done with that. I'm not sensing anger or resentment at all here. I'm just picking up on the sense of the feeling of being done and kind of just wanting to just do your own thing. Now you're tired of being, there for everybody else. And it's definitely going to rock the boat, all right? Nine of Wands. I keep worlds. Interesting. Nine of Wands here. You're being given the inspiration to fuel forward with your exciting next part of your journey. We have the Nine of Swords. My goodness. 999. If that doesn't say it already to you, then I don't know what else will. You are completing something very, very much. Something is coming to a completion. Let me say that. It impacts you on a money, mental, and physical level. That is what it would do, because you're the one that's breaking that bond with that company, that business, that thing, that idea, that belief system. You're ending it because you're focusing on your path now. You're on your own leg of your own journey. Nine of Swords, you've had enough. You're tired. You're actually tired of being used. That's what it looks like. This is not for all Leos, of course. This is just for some of you. I'd say you almost appear as if you're a little disillusioned with humanity in a strange way. Let's have a look and see the outcome for you. Three of Cups over the heart area. Definitely something that's actually to the beneficial part of yourself. So you are breaking away from a particular industry or a particular belief system. Maybe you're not going to the pubs anymore. You're ending those things off. Maybe you're breaking an addiction. Good for you. You're breaking away and you're going into the next step where you will be met with other people that will want to work with you. You are met with new energy. You're embraced by that which is in support of your growth over the heart area. Leo, I will leave this with you. This was a very interesting reading. This was your reading. Until next time.